Didn't even start yet. You almost did it, and it didn't even start yet.
God damn it.
He was going to say something bad.
Oh God, was I?
Alright. Welcome, people, to Season 3, Episode 5 of the Riders of the Lost Zord podcast. Today's topics are RWBY, the Rooster Teeth animation done in 3D, and Akiba Ranger, the first season. This title is also known as RWBY's Grim Delusions.
I'm gonna share it to all the pages and other shit while we're doing the intros.
I'm your host, Frozen Traveler.
Isamu.
Andy.
No, son.
And before we actually get into today's topics, let's just talk about some random things that have shown up recently, and well, just random media.
What are you referring to?
Well, I found out that the Kamen Rider Beast is coming back for Zeo.
Yeah, I saw that. Didn't that break yesterday or this morning?
I believe it was this morning.
It's kind of the same day to me, so I'm not sure.
Oh, you poor man. He's been up for 36 hours.
More than that.
Yeah. Also, the new episode probably dropped today, somewhere on Overtime.
I actually didn't see the subs come out. Let me do a check if you aren't already doing that.
I am not, because that's going to slow down the stream a little bit, so...
That's fine.
No.
I'm not sure they would be out that quickly. That'd be pretty quick.
No.
Nope, they still have the rolls up.
Oh, darn. There's going to be a super mode for Lupin X.
I saw the figure, the vinyl toy. It looks fucking dumb.
I know, I don't like its shoulder pads, so I'll just share that to the Discord so you guys can see. I was put into the chat of people that want to speak but can't, because I think that's pretty relevant. But yeah, it's on the right page.
I do like the new mech. The new mech looks cool.
Yeah, it looks a bit too bulky for my sake, but I can actually see where you're going with it.
And we'd mentioned Rawls earlier. I do want to bring something up. How come it seems with a new Rider show and sometimes a new Sentai, people get obsessed with Rawls for the first 10 episodes, and then no one gives a fuck again?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's noticed that?
No. I didn't notice
for
it.
The past couple years, consistently, people are like, all the Rawls out, all the Rawls out. Can I watch the Rawls? And I'm like, you won't understand most of what's going on. Right?
I usually do that for the first episode. I'll watch the Raw just because I really want to see what it looks like, but that's about it.
Yeah, didn't we do that for Q Ranger?
I think so.
Seems like we did.
Yeah. It was either with you guys or the other people I hang out with.
Wait, there's other people?
Your other friends?
Okay.
I see how it is.
This is going to be
other people. I see how it is.
Do I gotta knock someone the fuck out?
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm going to plug their channel a little bit. It's the Toku Power Weekend group.
They're cool people.
They're actually pretty nice. What they do on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays around 9:30 Central, my time. You guys do the math for that because I'm not. They do riffs, kind of like Movie Science Theater 3000, and on anything Toku or anime. Like they're riffing on Build, some Pretty Cure stuff, Glitter Force. Look. And
That sounds terrible.
Oh, you don't understand. Glitter Force. I know it's a show not for me. I'm a 25-year-old man.
I've seen both seasons of Glitter Force. You're aware of this, right?
Now I am.
I have a child. He liked Glitter Force. I've seen all of it.
Yeah. Glitter Force, for those that don't know, it's Saban's version of Pretty Cure. They're trying to make Lightning Strike again by taking another toy property and, well, adding Power Rangers mythology method to it.
Methodology.
Yeah, thank you.
I was gonna let him struggle.
Oh, I was too, but eventually I figured out what he was saying. So
This is why he has other friends. Yeah, because we're assholes.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny. Sometimes we're just really tired. Because it's like every other week on a Saturday we do a focus batch on one of the things, and we never make it past the last 2 episodes. It's always like the first 5, and then we're like, can't do the last 2.
Well, marathoning 7 episodes of anything gets a little tedious.
Yeah, I think yesterday's was Lupin Ranger.
The first 7, or like the current block of 7 that's out?
Well, it's like, I think it was like episodes 15 to 20 something. Yeah, it's pretty much kind of like what you do, Samu, on Facebook, but there's commentary behind it, so we don't get copyright flagged on Twitch.
I mean, sometimes I'll put my mic on and I'll talk with the people, but no one gives a fuck what I'm saying, only if I type it. So I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But we could all do a riff track on, like, a movie we want to watch together sometime.
Yeah, we could use the Rabbit system.
Mm-hmm.
the what system?
Rabbit. It's kind of like it's like a almost one-to-one movie theater on the internet.
Like, I would set up Rabbit on my computer through VLC and put a movie on, and then hop in Discord with all of you, and we could all watch it at the same time and make the same jokes.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it would be better than just doing 1, 2, 3 sync.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think we're good for our off-topic now, so let's get into the true topic. Akiba Ranger.
I don't have anything else I can put into that.
Hikuno Sentai Akiba Ranger. Holy crap, this was the best Sentai season ever.
You're not wrong. Like, you're very much not wrong. Akiba Ranger was fucking... How many years has it been? Didn't Akiba Ranger come out like a year after Gokaiger?
Yeah.
Akiba Ranger's
right.
fucking old.
It's old, but still... It's an oldie but goodie.
Like, I'm not saying it can't be good anymore, but, like, me and Andy were talking earlier. Wow, it came out a while ago.
I will find an actual date. I'll look through the Ranger wiki to find the actual date somewhere. Here we go. Keep a Ranger.
April 9th, 2012.
April 6th. I got April 6th.
Oh, it was on the other channel on April 9th. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a while ago.
Yeah. It took place between Go Busters and Kuryuger. Well, also, while Go Busters was also airing. Try to think of it as if Kamen Rider Amazons was happening the same time Kamen Rider Ghost was, I believe. I believe that's how that worked.
And if none of you have seen or heard of Akiba Ranger, shame on you. I've streamed it on the page, on our fan page, like 3 times by now, including today for like 5 hours.
Yeah, and I gotta say, a lot of the production team was in a lot of famous stuff. Ryuta Tazaki, he's written a lot of Kamen Rider stuff. He was the main director for a lot of stuff. Character designer was Kichi Sato from Tiger and Bunny.
I'm not a fan of Tiger and Bunny, but I like some of the designs.
Yeah, and it clearly shows within these costumes. Naruhisa Naruhisa Arakawa, he was a writer on Kuga, the first Heisei writer, and Kenji Kawai from Ghost in the Shell. He composed a lot of the music. And honestly, this is probably the most fun and informative show I've ever seen.
I would say it's just as informative as Gokaiger, if not more, but in different ways. Whereas Gokaiger was different little vignettes through the years of Super Sentai, learning a little bit about each team. You learned more of Sentai overall with Akiba Ranger. They talk about one of the suit directors or the fight coordinator?
Fight coordinator.
Fight coordinator. They talk about a famous fight coordinator. They go to and talk about some of the famous places where they shoot the shows. If you've watched more than 2 seasons of Super Sentai, you'll immediately get some of the riffs, some of the references they're making when they say, "Oh, it's the the fucking what is it called? Where Marvelous fought fucking Guy."
Marvelous fought Guy?
Marvelous fought Guy.
In episode 28 of Gokaiger.
Marvelous.
The Jetman episode.
Oh yeah, underneath
That
the bridge.
Famous, the underneath the bridge, thank you. Or that hill that they always fucking shoot on.
Oh yeah, where Time Blue was dying at.
Yeah. They make the same exact reference in Akiba Ranger.
Yeah, that's how I remember it, because
In the same staircase and amphitheaters? Yeah.
Yes. The amphitheater that you saw in, let me see, off the top of my head, Den-O, Kiva, Double, O's, Kyoto-Uger. I don't believe
Ghost.
Ghost. I don't believe I saw it in Shinkenger, though.
Yeah, I can actually.
I think you're right.
I mean, you're the big Shinkenger fan, right?
I can't remember them bringing up an amphitheater in Shinkenger, so I think you're right.
Yeah. And all the actors that they got for this too. They actually got Bon.
And then I don't know if they see, because I haven't watched the whole series. I have to apologize for that. Did they ever reference the fact that it's obvious that every single Sentai is shot like at 5 in the morning?
No, they don't.
No,
I wish they did, because that's the one thing that's always so obvious to me. Whenever you see an outdoor shot, it's always super early in the morning, because you can tell by like the lengths of the shadows and like how the sky looks.
Yeah.
Well, they have to do it in Japan because Japan gets busy as shit. If they shot any later,
I understand why. I just say it's just very noticeable.
I mean, they've even made reference to positioning where the camera is for like fights. When you see the monster in front of the hero, you see him kicking. He's actually quite a distance apart from that.
That makes sense, though, just from production standpoints.
I mean, this is like a really informative show. It's so many references.
It's a wet dream.
Yeah.
It's the fandom nutting itself in every episode for every reference they make. They talk about fucking toy prices.
It's interesting that they did it right after the episode that did like that same concept, but in universe way.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we've mentioned this. Hotoken Sentai Akiba Ranger literally means unofficial Sentai, and they are 100% officially unofficial.
Yeah, they have Ranger keys.
They have Ranger keys, but they don't exist in the same universe as the main Super Sentais.
No.
They exist in a version of our real universe.
Ow. My brain.
I know.
You know what? It's funny is with that, though, is sometimes when you try to wrap your head around some of the Sentai existing in the same universe as some of the other Sentai, that's actually even funnier to me because some of those are just so incompatible.
They do the same thing with Kamen Rider with ZO recently.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that kind of boggles the mind is Build, because they make it quite obvious this is an alternate universe. And I believe even more so with X-Aid, but apparently but X-Aid still exists in the same universe as Drive, Ghost, and Wizard, and Gaim. Ow, my head still.
How does Gaim exist in the universe with anything else?
Exactly.
I mean, they even made that Gaim exists in the same universe as ToQger.
Which, what the fuck?
Ow. My mind.
It's this type of time travel and space warping bullshit that makes the Doctor hate all Tokusatsu characters.
Damn it, Barry.
You know what? Go ahead.
Hey, Other Barry. Yes, Other Barry. Is this how you ruin time and space? Yes, Other Barry. This is how you ruin time and space.
Here's what you do. You go get Commander Krug's bird of prey, fly it around the sun, go back into the past, change things into the way you want them to be.
I still don't think this kidnapping whales never works, Andy. We've went over this.
Hey.
I kind of want to get a soundboard so I can press this button where Dr. Weird says, "My mind!"
I bet you didn't even know that was a Star Trek reference, did you?
No!
There's no way you did. There is no way you did. That was a Star Trek reference.
But I knew!
What's more ironic is Commander Krug, that had the bird of prey that went through time, was played by the same guy that played Doc Brown.
The nerds! Both of you!
What is his name? I cannot think of his name.
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd. I was blanking. Like, I could
You mean
not
Grandpa
remember.
Rick?
Basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, back to topic, because we're getting so off topic on that one.
Okay, so what about the villains of the show? The blatantly evil marketing firm Delusion Empire.
Maybe we should introduce the heroes first.
No. Fine, whatever.
Like, what colors are they, Frozen Traveler? I don't know. Inform me.
How hard did you cup your hand over your mouth when you said that?
Not very hard. How did it sound?
It sounded pretty hard.
Okay, so we got Akiba Red, Nobu Akagi.
Araki. Now I'm fucking pulling a U. Arakagi.
I see Akagi here on the
Is it
wiki.
Akagi or Arakagi?
Akagi.
Oh, Akagi.
Remember?
Oh yeah, because there's
remember
red in it.
Yeah. In the first episode, he actually points that out. Hey, my name has red in it. Her name has blue in it, and her doesn't have yellow in it. Okay. But yeah.
And then we have Yellow, who is a cosplayer, who's just adorable as shit, even though she has jank as fuck teeth.
Wow, we are just skipping over Red completely for personality.
What? He's a nerd. What personality? He is us. He is the fandom.
Yeah, he's the one guy that just happens to know everything about Super Sentai.
And a 28-year-old version.
I thought he was 30.
Was he 30?
I mean, he looks 30.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
But yeah, Nobu Akagi is the biggest loser ever. He doesn't have a car, but then again, that's Japan. You don't want a car in Japan, I think.
I mean, I don't have a car.
Neither do I.
I also don't drive.
Sad. So going on to Yumeri Moiji, the cosplayer of the group. Yeah, she's actually pretty fun. She's always wearing a different costume every episode. Going between cat girl, genius schoolboy.
Let's be honest, Catgirl's the best.
Cat girl's the best.
as I said the other day in the group chat, a cat is fine too. Which apparently implies terrible things.
Yeah. And then there's Mitsuki Aoyagi.
Aoyagi.
Yeah.
Flies or implodes.
And she's the newbie to the entirety of the Super Sentai franchise. I think she said that she's seen at least a few episodes, but I think that might be next season's. Right?
I don't know the replacement Blue as well.
I mean, let's just keep the season 1 right now.
Yeah.
Deal with season 2 later. And there's also allies like Hirio Hakase.
Or just Hakase.
Hakase. She's the one that made their transformation devices, which we should actually go into right now.
The Momo Izuku?
They're action figures.
Yes. Action figure guns.
It's...
'Cause Papa don't want none unless you got guns, hun. I fucking went there.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. And of course, she just happens to run the Super Sentai Cafe that their base is in. And I honestly love the cafe that they work in. I honestly want to open something like that here in America, but with Power Rangers, because that's the thing that people are going to know most often. Which is sad. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going all over the place. It's just that this series is just so good. There's so much good to cover. I don't feel like we got enough time.
So I had to run in the other room. I was bleeding.
Oh.
I picked a scab.
Oh. Yeah, so...
I do it a lot.
Yeah. So the thing with the Akiba Rangers is they apparently don't really transform. They kind of just go into a delusion, and the problem's just magically fixed.
That's the crux of the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is they basically delude themselves into thinking shit's happening, and they're really just standing there punching and swinging at air.
Do you look like a bunch of murder hobos?
Oh, we'll get to the murder hobo-age.
And of course, as we go through the episodes here, they meet up with legendary Rangers, like Deca Red and Boken Red, Red Hawk, Gohan Red, Shinken Red, Gosei Red. A lot of reds in this. It kind of seems like they just, I don't know, just get the red actor because he's the most popular.
Yup. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, there have been times where another Ranger's been more popular than Red. I could think Guy from Jetman.
Not often is another one more popular than Red.
No, what about Time Fire?
He was red.
Damn it. Guy? From,
Guy was not more popular than Marvelous. Or am I thinking the wrong one? Never mind.
No, you're thinking the right one.
I thought you were talking about that guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Marvelous was more popular.
Yeah. His name's fucking Marvelous.
Yeah.
Was Burai more popular than Geki?
Burai. I think Burai was more popular than Geki.
Because I know they didn't want him to die, but they killed him anyway.
What about Abba Killer?
Abra Killer.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. He was fucking beast though.
Oh.
Ninja Man? That was a joke.
Oh.
I hate you, Ninja Man.
Yeah, I just saw that, so I think I throw it in here.
But I just want to throw in another one. Deca Master.
Ooh, I might give it to you.
I wouldn't blame you on that one because Bond just drives me absolutely nuts in that show, anyways.
Bond.
If he didn't scream everything, I probably wouldn't mind him as much.
Yeah.
So it makes his voice very grating, is all it does.
I mean, at least once he gets into the fire squad, he's mellowed out. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think Deca Master might definitely have over that.
Excuse me.
I don't know if anyone was more popular. Would you think that? I don't know if Maji Red was all that popular.
I personally don't care for Maji Red.
I don't care for Maji Ranger altogether. I don't know why, but magic just doesn't seem to fit the Super Sentai stuff too well.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the magic. It's the family dynamic I am not with.
That didn't really bother me too much. It was just that once it ended up having to be everyone was in the family by the end.
Yeah. I think that was
it's like how Star Wars has to be everything about the Skywalkers. It's
Yeah, oh god, what was that meme? Between the male Skywalker DNA and Han's not having a chill button, fucking Ben Kenobi had no chance of being a normal human.
Did we talk about this last week?
Did we?
I don't think so.
Oops.
I left my speakers on.
I'm either seeing the future or my days are lapping over.
I mean, I'm the one who's been up for like 30 plus hours, and I'm not getting this wrong.
I don't believe we talked about this.
Was Beatbuster more popular than Redbuster?
I don't know.
Well, he was the most standout-ish. And actually wanted to date somebody.
Although Stagbuster was pretty good just because he was talking to Gorilla. And I am currently talking to Banana now. No way. Now I'm really off. Although I would say in Kyoruger, Red was probably the most popular, but he was also probably the most hated, too.
Yeah. Like, I liked Kyoryu Red, personally. I loved the guy.
Mm-hmm.
King?
Yeah. Daigo King.
And I definitely like Star Ninja better than Aka Ninja, but that's a personal preference because he was so pants on head stupid that grated on me.
I didn't even watch Ninja.
And thank goodness you didn't.
He is pants on head stupid. Like when he was told to put on a scary costume and he dressed up as a red pepper.
Is he functionally like... Is he like John?
It's the joke that it's the hated vegetable, but it's still... Yeah...
But you know what I mean when I say, is he like John from Geki Ranger?
Oh.
As much as I love the boy, he's like... I don't like using this word. John is functionally retarded.
Yeah, but at least in universe, they gave you a good reason as to why. He lived in the jungle. So, and I'm not exactly sure what Takaharu's excuse would be.
Good point.
As we get back onto topic of Akiba Ranger, what's your favorite kind of Red Ranger, or just Ranger in general? Say in the chat.
I usually like the blues.
I sometimes like greens. So far, my favorite green, even though I've never seen Magi Ranger, was, well, Magi Green, because it was not only my favorite color, but also my my astrology sign, Taurus. Is the bull. Is the green bull.
Yeah, Magi Green is okay. He had his moments, but like in that not to get on to Magi Ranger for too long. I feel like every character in Magi Ranger had its moments where you were like, "Oh, just go away," but but yeah, I think you might be right. The Blue Rangers tend to be the competent ones usually, but I very rarely like the Red Ranger best. I think Go Kaiger might be the only time I definitely liked the Red Ranger better.
Go Kaiger, it was close for Shinkenger, but Shinkenger also had 2 reds.
Dono!
And both of them were good.
Dono!
What?
The blue guy, he said Dono a lot.
Tono.
Eh.
You liked Blue Shinken Blue?
He's a lovable doofus.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you know anything about me, you know I love loyal as fuck, dumb idiots. And Ryunosuke is a fucking idiot. He's really smart, but that don't mean he ain't an idiot.
Not even the horse wants to be with him. Oh, that picture. But I think we should try to get back to Akiba Ranger here and talk about the villains of it. The blatantly evil marketing firm B. AKA the Delusion Empire.
The villains in this show make me feel a certain way.
Okay, Melishina? No.
What?
Melishina?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Stop it. Oh no! It's happening!
Are you breaking some kind of sticks over there?
I'm having flashbacks to when I found out Bowsette was a thing.
Oh god.
I didn't know I needed that until it was already here.
Oh my god. Wait until later. We can talk about our Lord and Savior, Queen and Savior.
Well, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be a queen or a duchess maybe?
Like Bowsette and Boozette are my religion now.
Have you seen Chompette?
Yes.
Have you seen Thwompette?
I have seen Chompette.
We're a bunch of fucking degenerates.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I only knew one of those words you just said, so...
Oh, we will baptize you.
No.
Don't ask what kind of liquid it is.
Okay, so some of these names for the monsters of the week, no.
Oh, we're not even gonna try and fucking pronounce them.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, no. This is like 15 syllables long.
Wait, what is this? What is this?
I don't know, but I just heard a challenge, so...
The monsters of the week for fucking Akiba Ranger.
I will send you... I will put in our voice chat the longest name that they have. Boom. The longest name, and that's the first monster.
Shibuya?
Saita Kawada Shiso Hiden Nagabura Mishi. I said it like a Chinese, a Japanese fuck.
You said that last one wrong.
Whatever. I said it like a Japanese toddler.
But nice try. Nice try.
Oh, I was about to say, did someone DC on us?
No.
I hit the wrong fucking button.
Yeah. So what?
I would say Shibuya is easy. I can say Shibuya. That one's really easily.
But it's the second part. It's the second
True.
part. That I should put it in that first one, or the second one, because it's pretty much the same thing, but they kind of combined the two. And it's oh jeez, I mean, it's
Where
just,
did you put it?
it's still in the voice channel, voice for those who want to talk but have no mic.
Sorry,
Oh shit! Shibuya side Taka Wadachi Sohiden Gabura Moshi.
And then his brother.
Gotcha.
There you go. If that's easier to read like that, then probably, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm still not familiar with kanji. Side Taka Fuga.
You got more than I could.
Shibuya Kazurina Igen Naga Buramushi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We tried to have fun here.
I need new glasses, and that's really small typing, so that's my biggest problem here.
But again, Gapusamushi. Yeah, that's about right. I wish I knew those two kanji characters at the front, though.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's just Shibuya, but like I can't just look at it and tell.
I'm gonna assume it's Shibuya.
I'm assuming.
It would be probably because the rest is hiragana, but the first two is definitely not.
Yeah, the first two are kanji.
Yeah, it's just some of these monster names can get pretty long, and these guys are known as chief clerks.
And the other, the mooks are mindless drones or something?
I believe they're called
Corporate drones.
No, yeah, drones. They're drones.
They're corporate drones, yeah.
Yeah. And they pretty much just show up in every episode, be drones, and blow up easily. And, well, I think from there we go on to the Megazord.
Their fucking car, you mean?
Yeah. That they don't have to budget for to be in robot form all the time.
Which I think that is an amazing reason to not use it in every episode.
Yeah, it's called the Machine Itasha.
Which, if you wanted the figure of it, you had to have like $400 goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
But you don't have that just sitting on the side, too.
Dude, I barely have $20 sitting
Dude,
on the side.
I know.
I'm broke as fuck.
I think even if I had the money, I don't know if I'd want to spend it on that much on a figure.
Mind you, it's all die cast.
Yeah, but I'd still end up finding some way to have it broken by one of my cats.
Yeah.
Cats are assholes.
Considering my one decides that, oh, my figurine shelf, that is the perfect cat bed.
Cats are shit.
My Ultron Funko keeps ending up on the ground. He has a real problem with Ultron.
So,
well, who doesn't?
Well, I know who doesn't at all, Ant-Man, because Ant-Man has nothing to do with Ultron.
yeah,
Ultron and then Ein keeps ending up on the floor. Well, that's a dog, so that makes sense.
So the Machine Ishtar or Ishtar. Itasha.
That one.
I don't know, I'm just still laughing at each star.
Of course, it has a anime character on it because it's a big nerd vehicle.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the anime that kind of bonds them together.
Yeah.
Aoi-tan.
Yeah. It's a magical girl show where a girl turns into a gun.
And they're all fans of it.
It honestly sounds more like something that would be more fitting in America, but
Well, either that or more likely to come out now than when this came out.
yeah.
It predates those types of shows. A little bit.
Yeah, all this stuff is just, it's glorious. What else good can we talk about in this show?
I don't want to spoil too much because it's a comedy series.
Oh yeah, it's definitely comedy.
Yeah,
So I do want to
comedy.
treat it like we did Konosuba and just talk about the basic premises. Because you know the whole thing. If you dissect a joke, you kill it.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. If you know the punchline, it's not always as funny.
Yeah. I mean, it is always funny to punch someone, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know.
So do you think that we should go on to the next topic?
Wait a second. Did anyone look on the page and see that Raw Kamen Rider Build the movie be the one that I posted?
No.
No.
Go on the... It was at 10:35 this morning, and it's just a screen cap of the movie.
Okay,
Someone posted, "Is there a link?" And I'm like, "Sir, I don't think you got the joke."
waiting for it to load.
It was at 10:35 a.m.
That was like, what, more than 12 hours ago?
Yeah. And like a lot of people got the joke. This young gentleman, he did not. Also, considering how often I do streams on the page, everyone should have fallen for this.
I don't see it.
Let me create a...
Yeah, I
Share
don't
link?
see it either.
Well, I'm just gonna...
Or you just keep the one that is essentially the still image with the play button on it.
Yup. I'm a monster. I just put the link in the admin chat.
Yeah, I see it now.
And then the one dude like, "Is there a link?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't think you get the joke."
That's like the one that was around a few whiles ago where it was the woman in the bikini running, and it was like...
Oh, fuck.
I fell for
Lord.
that every time. Even 5 minutes later. Aww. Aww.
I actually fell for it too.
I was at a disadvantage for falling for it because my phone, especially if I'm at work, I usually have to hit a video like 4 times for it to load.
Oh.
So I was hitting this, and I'm like, and then I was like, wait a minute, okay, it's never gonna load. And then the one time that a couple times it'll spoil it because what'll happen is I'll hit it and it'll pop up like the pop-up screen you get for pictures sometimes. So I was like, okay, well that's clearly not a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have clicked on it for one reason.
Why?
I'll tell you what that reason is. 480p.
Exactly. That should be a dead giveaway.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, is this
How can
1994 or
How
something?
can you read subs at 480p?
Just see a bunch of white snow at the bottom of the fucking screen.
Oh god. Tokusatsu trash, I think he just saw it.
Right.
Free!
Oh. Okay, so I think we are all done with Keyboard Ranger for now.
Now we can talk about something with an actual story we can spoil. That's
Because
6 years old now.
I thought it was 5.
Season 6 starts in a couple weeks.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, okay, before we get into the topic fully, we should talk about its creator.
Monty
Oh
And
my
holy
god.
shit, is this guy fucking talented.
Or at least was.
He's still more talented than most people. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know who Monty Ohm is, he created the web series Dead Fantasy, which took Final Fantasy characters and Dead or Alive characters, women, because why the fuck not, and just made them do some of the most over-the-top fights ever. He had it was just pure fight choreography, no story, just bitches fighting. And he had amazing camera angles and choreography and effects. And he did all of that on his own. Every episode of Dead Fantasy, 100% made by Monty Ohm.
I'm gonna let you hold your breath to get rid of those hiccups for you. But
Sorry.
Some other stuff that he's done was a little known project that was probably his first was Master Chief versus Samus.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah, he did that.
That was pretty good.
That was him. Yeah,
That makes sense in retrospect.
yeah. And of course, everyone knows that's like a really iconic video to watch. Hey, it's probably still on YouTube somewhere, and it's probably got like 20 million hits or something. Or
And
probably has
Go
been
ahead.
reposted 10 million times.
with how old it is,
Yeah.
it might be impossible to find the original posting of it.
Yeah.
But because of his acclaim for those things, Rooster Teeth approached him to make an action series with him as the head fight choreographer. And he actually had a story in mind. And that became RWBY. It's pronounced Ruby, but it's written capital R, capital W, capital B, capital Y.
And you can clearly see that on the stream currently right now. I mean, yes, our faces are currently covering Ruby herself, but
Well,
I think you get the
It's okay,
the
Ruby
thing.
shouldn't fucking talk.
Yeah. So
We'll get into that.
I think we should actually get into that now. The characters. Well, the main four of the entire, or should we actually start with the backstory of the world that they're in?
We don't really need to get into the world of Remnant because that will take too long. Let's just talk about our main four girls.
All right. So, starting with Ruby, she holds
Ruby Rose
Ruby
is.
Yeah, just
Go ahead. Sorry.
Ruby Rose. She holds the weapon Crescent Moon. It's a giant scythe that is also a high caliber sniper rifle. For those that don't know, it's also a gun.
Yeah, it's a scythe with a pivoting mandible that also fires. 50 caliber anti-tank rounds. You know,
How
those-
did no one think of that before?
Huh?
How would no one think of combining a scythe with a gun before?
I swear to God, this is how he does it. Every character in this series has a weapon that's one thing and another thing. He has to have two different dartboards. One with a kind of long-range weapon, one with a kind of close-range weapon, and he throws two darts, and that's how we get these.
Well, for most characters.
Most characters. I mean, for fuck's sake, there's a character who has shotgun nunchucks that turn into a 3-sectional staff.
No,
Fuck.
I only saw the first part you linked me, but I did see the handgun nunchucks that were pretty neat.
Yeah.
Like, you see Sun happens late in the first season, and Sun is a good boy, Sun is best boy, but he has a pair of shotgun nunchucks that combine into a sectional staff. Because why the fuck not? All the weapons in RWBY are amazingly creative. But let's get back to RWBY. And yes, that is confusing. The show is her name spelt differently than her name, which is also the team name, and it is also her name.
Yeah.
That could have been ironed out a little, but
Ruby,
it's cute.
Ruby Rose is this plucky little girl. She just has so much energy to her.
That she disintegrates cookies when they touch her mouth.
Oh, yeah. Once she gets a hold of a cookie, it's gone forever. You'll never see that cookie.
I'll give this show shit about bad animation in the first 3 seasons, especially in the first episode. Like, background characters are literally 2D silhouettes in the first season. Mouths don't really move correctly in the first season. As I mentioned, she picks up a cookie. It's just a PDF, not even a PDF. It's like a bitmap that floats in her hand and touches her mouth and disappears. How did this show take off? Oh my god. Oh right, the amazing music and fights.
Yeah. Now each character has a semblance or a special ability. RWBY actually fits with her personality, and she can go pretty damn fast.
It's basically an air dash that makes rose petals fly around. It doesn't have a actual name referred to in series, so it's commonly just called speed, or air dash, or ruby dash, or rose petal storm fuckery. It's never been given a name, which after 5 seasons at this point, we really should get on that.
Yeah. And I guess we should move on to the white character, Weiss.
I was about to say best girl, but she can wait.
We're going down the line. We're going down the line of the
RWBY.
Yeah.
Which they also released character-specific trailers for these girls with custom music that are phenomenal.
I honestly love Yang's the most.
Yang's has the worst voice acting, though.
Yeah.
Yet you anyone try and defend the voice acting in Yang's fucking trailer, I will hurt you with my words.
So let's go on
Weiss
to
Schnee.
Weiss Schnee.
She is an heiress to a dust company. Dust is like a physical form of magic. People in this world can't use magic, but they can use dust, and her family mines it. She fights with a... How do I describe this?
Rapier.
A rapier with a revolver cylinder in its handle that each has a different... that has 6 cylinders with 6 different kinds of elemental dust in it. And her semblance is magical glyphs.
Yeah, which can either improve, explode, or give out debuffs to, well, just about anything.
She mainly uses them as like an anchor point when moving or using them for wall jumping. One increases the speed. One can be used to summon later on. It's a very free-form semblance. It's one of the most open ones in the series.
Yes.
Blake Belladonna would be next.
And I think we should keep some spoilers unspoiled, of course. And, well...
I'm not gonna do the... It's a spoiler for the end of Season 1, but it's too good of a reveal, so we're not gonna talk about it.
Okay. And she's pretty much the stealth character of the group.
She's the DPS of their team.
Yeah.
Or at least crowd control. I don't offhand know what her weapon's name is.
Yes. I mean, I would have to look up on the RWBY wiki for that.
Because I know Weiss's is the Weiss... They made it on fucking Man-at-Arms.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Alright.
I gotta...
Oh, they made it amazing. It looks beautiful.
Let's see here. Oh, Blake's weapon is called the Gamble Shroud.
And Weiss's was called the... How do you fucking pronounce that?
Here, it's in German.
Yeah, it's very German.
Oh, that's simple.
I'm German, but I can't read German.
Did you post it in the chat? No.
Mirtnaster.
Thank you. Mirtnaster.
Well, I'm from... okay, a little bit of clarification. I'm from Wisconsin. That's like Germany's dismembered arm. If that makes any sense.
I'm only laughing because I've watched a lot of RWBY. I'm sorry.
Oh.
The way you said that.
Okay. I didn't mean that. I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's okay. We should all have a round of applause for that joke. The people that have seen all the seasons of RWBY will get this, and no one else.
Yeah. And what the Gamble Shroud is, it's pretty much like a... if you've ever played...
God of War.
I was actually going to say Soul Calibur, Cervantes. And his...
The pirate?
Yeah, the pirate. He had a gun... He had a dagger gun thing.
Oh. It's a sword with a Tech 9 gun in it, and a sheath that also acts as a sword, but it's on a whip.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like the Blades of Chaos with a gun in it.
Yeah. So we're both right.
Yes. And Blake, her semblance, did they ever give it a name?
Semblance, it's called Shadow.
Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory. She can make clones of herself with like a shadowy aura. I believe that they can also fight with her.
They can... It's basically like a weak shadow clone jutsu.
Super weak.
Like, one touch and it goes away. It's not one punch, it's contact and it's gone.
Yeah.
And then Best Girl
is
Yang Xiaolong.
RWBY's older sister, if you can actually believe that.
Well, half-sister, technically. Because Tai is a beast getting 2 girls.
Yeah.
Her weapon is a... a shotgun gauntlet?
Yeah.
Shot gauntlet?
Yeah, called the Embers Celestia.
Yes, and it's... she's where the team... She's the team tank, basically. Her semblance is any damage she takes, she can then generate power out of it. And get strong.
But she technically has 2 semblance.
Draws strength from hits, that's...
Well, and also she does have a temper.
Oh yeah, about her hair.
Yeah. Do not do anything to her hair. Touching it's okay. Ripping it out, just cutting it a little bit. Freak out, Hulk out.
Punch you through a wall. Also, if you didn't notice, all of the characters in this show are based off of fairy tales. RWBY is obviously Red Riding Hood. Weiss is Snow White. Blake is Belle. And Yang is Goldilocks.
Yeah. And there have been also a few other things that that some people kind of pointed out to me in other groups. Well, with other characters, like the teachers over at the school that they're currently at, Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
They're all references to, well, Wizard of Oz.
Most of them, yes.
We got Ozpin. Well, the Wizard of Oz. Glinda the Good Witch. And we've heard about Crow. He's the Scarecrow.
Crow. Oh god, I cannot wait till you meet Crow.
Yeah, Crow is definitely a really good character.
And he's also RWBY and Yang's uncle. Adoptive.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the main cast, but should we also talk about the side characters of Juniper?
I was going to bring up Juniper, because Juniper, instead of being based on fairy tales, are more based on myths. With their leader, Jean of Arc being a dude this time, being, as I said, based off Joan of Arc. He doesn't have a semblance yet, and his weapon's kind of shitty. It's a sword
with
that's
with a collapse.
its sheath turns into a shield.
Yeah,
that's it. He didn't hit the lottery on weapons like everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, he's like the basic character.
He's hands down the weakest character in the series for a majority of it, but he has one of the most gratifying character payoffs.
Yeah.
And again, he's another best boy.
And then Juniper. Who's next in the lineup for that group? I think it's Pyrrha?
I know.
Pyrrha? Or no? I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. You guys still there?
JN. I was looking up the way Juniper's abbreviated, and next would be Nora Valkyrie.
Oh my god, this girl.
This is... I wanted Nanami to watch this because she would fucking meld with Nora Valkyrie, who is based off of Thor. How do we explain this? Like, take Pinkie Pie and turn it up to 11 and give her a hammer that also is a grenade launcher.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And that definitely does sound about right.
Like, Nora is a fun-loving character. It's hard to hate her the way I hate Pinkie Pie. But she does get a little grating at times.
And her semblance is...
Technically, you don't learn about that in Season 1.
But I think it should be proper... Well...
Saying she's based off Thor kind of says it already.
Yeah.
If you couldn't figure out, she can generate and absorb electricity. And redirect it.
Into her muscles.
And her weapon.
Yeah, she's definitely the tank of Team Juniper.
She hits the hardest, where Jean really doesn't bring much to the table battle-wise, except a rather level head and good planning. She brings the pain.
Jean's the heart of the group.
So you're saying he's the boomerang?
I guess so.
Because Pyrrha Nikos, who is based off of, oh motherfucker, Achilles.
Yeah.
She more than makes up for John's weakness in battle. Like, you know who the fuck Achilles is, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to explain that. She is a beast of a character.
Yeah.
Bitch lays hands on people and puts them down. She also has a rather unique weapon.
It's a spear that turns into a rifle.
It is a javelin, technically, because she throws it as well.
Yeah, it's called the Milo and Akugo.
Yeah, it's a spear, marksman rifle, and a shield. And, like, Pyrrha within the world of RWBY is actually famous for being such an accomplished athlete and fighter at such a young age.
Huh. I feel like that's a Grease reference altogether.
It is. Like, because Achilles was famous as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, in one of the first few episodes, you found out she was on a box of cereal because of how famous she was for being a proven fighter. And last but not least is Ren Lai, who is voiced by the late Monty himself.
Really?
Yes.
I
Monty voiced Ren for the first 3.25 seasons. He actually, after Monty passed in season 3, his brother took up voicing Ren.
Oh.
Luckily, they have very similar voices.
I barely even noticed.
I know a lot about the show.
I feel sad now.
It's unfortunate. He wrote himself into what, at the time, was expected to be a 21-volume series. I don't know if it's pushed past that in planning or been scaled back, but when it came out, they had mentioned 21 is the amount of volumes that it was originally slated for. But let's talk about Ren for a little bit, because he's the DPS of Team Juniper.
Yeah, especially with his weapon, the Stormflower. 2 SMGs with giant blades on them.
But that isn't his only weapon. This man's a martial artist.
Yep.
He can lay hands on people real good. And his semblance... Do we want to spoil that?
We kind of already did for Nora.
I forgot to mention, Ren is based off Mulan.
Another gender switch.
And yeah.
Actually, the entire team is.
Yes.
Huh.
It's a Rule 63 team. Also, if you know a little bit about the stories of these characters, spoiler.
Yeah. And then just to go with Ren's semblance, he's just able to avoid detection from Grimm.
Grimm are the monsters of the world of Remnant, and they lock onto negative emotions and use them to hunt people. He can quell his emotions to a standstill, and whomever he touches. So he basically can go invisible to Grimm.
That's a nice segue.
Do you want to talk about the Grimm for a moment, or do you want to get into the story?
Let's talk about the Grimm for a moment, because these beasts, although it's very simple in design, they still have representation of your basic animals in the wild, like bears and snakes and birds.
They also tend to take their names of these Grimm from either Latin or different mythological animals. Like, the Ursa is the frickin' bear Grimm. The Beowulf is the wolf Grimm. There's a Chimera Grimm, a Deathstalker, a Nevermore. Like, it might just be a giant black bird with, a skull, white armor and a skull. Considering how many enemies they have to have on screen at a time, I think they're allowed to skip all the designs for the enemies. They don't have to be as in detail. And as of where we are in the series, no one knows where the Grimm come from. They just know they're literally, like, darkness incarnate, and they hunt down people and eat them. And they hunt them by using their negative emotions.
Okay, I think now we can go into the story a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way to describe the story without really describing the story, because where we are in Season 1 isn't nearly where the series goes. Season 1 of RWBY takes place in what's called the Beacon arc, which is all of the characters going to the school of Beacon to become huntresses and hunters. They are heroes who defend the world from the Grimm. And they're going to Beacon Academy, one of the 4 largest hunters and hunter schools in the world. This one is well renowned for being led by Ozpin, as we clearly stated, the Wizard of Oz.
And RWBY got in 2 years early.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that they really do skip on mentioning is RWBY got into the school early. Everyone in her group and everyone in the series are 2 years older than her.
Yeah, so they're all 16, 17.
And RWBY starts off just turning 15.
Yeah.
The story of season 1 is how the team RWBY and Team Juniper come together.
Did anybody
Last, hopefully, a lifetime. I was going to say, Andy and Nosan, are you two still there? Because I know you didn't watch as much RWBY as we did.
I'm still here.
Nosan?
Hello? Yes?
Oh, okay.
we're just checking if you were still with us here.
No, I was.
Okay. Because I know you were literally watching it the hour before we started.
Right.
So you didn't have much time to get to know the characters.
Other than what was just in that, what you sent me.
Like, you maybe got the first 45 minutes of it.
No, I got through the whole thing.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did you just watch one episode?
No, I watched an hour and 53 minutes of it.
Okay.
The first whole volume.
At least I'm hoping that's not one episode, because if that's one episode, that's a lot of work to do.
That's a year's worth of episodes.
How long is each episode? Like 10 minutes?
In season 1, it was between 3 and 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Come season 5, each episode is between 15 and 27 minutes.
Pretty much your basic episode length.
Yeah, like a few episodes were over 21 minutes. Like, it's on average a weekly 21-minute plus show.
Just not all in one episode.
No.
Oh no, come season 5, no episode is shorter than 14 minutes. Which is a lot of work for 1 week. Admittedly, they finished this all well ahead of schedule. But it makes the later seasons much longer.
I guess I should also bring this up too. But this is an actually full-fledged anime in Japan. Fully redubbed in Japanese. Monty would be, I don't know, Monty's rolling in his grave from this. And I mean, in a good way.
Actually, the Japanese dub of RWBY premiered before he died.
Oh, so he did see it, possibly.
He probably saw it, and being one of the head creators, he probably was heavily involved in choosing the seiyuu. And if you didn't know, RWBY also has a manga in Japan that was coming out, I think, right after season 1 ended, volume 1. Like, RWBY is a big deal in Japan, and although in America it's not a real anime, fuck you, fight me, RWBY's an anime. Just like Avatar is. It takes anime sensibilities and styles, and just it's made in America.
So, the Teen Titans 2000 series also counts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I count it as an anime.
It depends. Is an anime based on the style of the show, or is it based on where it was the origin of it?
I say style.
Style.
Because anime is a style.
See, and I think my argument would be that it's an origin, because you're identifying where it came from. You can use the styles that you're getting from it, but it doesn't. I mean, I don't think that lessens it, because it doesn't have that sensibility. I mean, I mean, it's where you're. It's like to me, that's like a nationality. You can't change a nationality just because of just because it was like whatever. I mean, I understand what you're saying, that it has those sensibilities and is a style of it, but to me, a bad anime is still an anime because of where it's from. I don't know if calling it an anime would be a compliment or not. That's the thing. To me, it's just like, it's like saying what color your hair is.
Okay. Did you want to continue with the story of it?
Yeah, why not? Where were we at?
Where the first main arc of this volume is them coming together as teams.
Oh yeah,
during the test.
Everyone's a little bit distant, and they're all saying, "Why are you like this?" And then they kind of grips with, "Okay, I can accept that you're like this, but I'm still going to not like it."
You mean mostly with RWBY and Weiss fighting?
No, definitely.
They don't get along so good at the beginnings.
Yeah.
But through these tests, all the teams are formed. And after that initial arc, there's a really, really shitty arc about Jean getting bullied by Cardin, or whatever his name was. Which, honestly, could have waited till Season 2 or gotten cut altogether. It's just a bad... Honestly, this arc almost made me drop the show completely when it was first airing. It was that bad.
Yeah, the only reason I stuck with it was, well, the weapons. I just absolutely love the weapons.
Imagine watching it weekly. It wasn't just a 30-minute part of the volume. It was like 4 weeks of this.
Yeah.
It was a lot harder to get through.
I think I kind of got into it a little bit late because I didn't have internet properly. And I had to go to the library, and some of my friends were like, "Hey, have you seen this thing called RWBY?" I was like, "Oh, that's already out. I guess I'm going to be watching RWBY for the next few days."
Like, I remember about 6.5 years ago, when me and my friends were getting ready for ZenkaiCon, our local convention, a friend of mine brought up the RWBY trailer, and he's like, "This show is going to premiere in 2 months. What do you think of this trailer?" And it was the Red trailer. And that's when me and my friends first started getting into it. My ex-fiance and all the girls in our cosplay group actually was one of the first full RWBY cosplay groups in America. And I can honestly say that because the year they cosplayed all of them, which was still during the airing of season 2 of RWBY, some of the Rooster Teeth staff actually came to ZenkaiCon and wanted to interview them and put them on the Rooster Teeth website. But the one girl was really sick, and she didn't want to do it. And I don't blame her. Because she doesn't want to be on a very famous website looking a little paler than normal. Like, the girl playing Weiss, she wasn't supposed to be that pale. She was legitimately sick.
Oh.
Which was unfortunate, because she could barely talk throughout half the convention. After the shitty bullying arc, you learn a little bit more about how auras work. Aura is basically the manifestation of their spirit. They use it to protect themselves from danger and to heal minor wounds. It's an exposition arc, really, aside from doing character building for Jean. But after that, you get an arc that really introduces the stakes that are going to be up for most of the Beacon arc of RWBY, where they go to the docks and meet Roman Torchwood and have a fight there, and they introduce Penny and Sun Wukong.
I liked Penny.
Who is, if you couldn't figure it out, based off Pinocchio.
Nope, definitely.
And Unlimited Blade Works from Fate Stay Night.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
Penny's weapon is, 8 swords that come out of her back that are controlled with motorized metal wires.
And has one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best fights in the season. Well, more like...
Ooh, that's hard to say, because the fight with the Nevermore and the Death Singer
that's definitely
was
up there too.
Amazing.
No,
they're the 2 big fights of the season.
Yeah. So it's either the fight with Penny and the goons and a few airships, or the fight with the Nevermore and Scorpion thing.
Yeah.
We don't really get any one-on-one fighting till several seasons later.
Yeah.
Or 2 seasons later. But it's just more to come. And I just can't recommend this series enough.
They also introduce another species in this. Well, they introduce it in the bullying arc, the Faunus. Basically humans with not only animal tendencies, but animal parts and instincts and capabilities. Through the one character, Violet, who has bunny ears, and through a character that is actually a part of this arc, Sun Wukong, who is he's a monkey boy.
Monkey.
Who, he's based off, his name is fucking Sun Wukong. Goku.
Yes.
And he's the character whom earlier I said had shotgun nunchucks that formed a sectional bow staff. I don't remember if his semblance has a name, but he can basically focus and create 2 chakra clones of himself that can interact with the world.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool semblance. Oh, we didn't talk about Pyrrha's semblance.
Oh yeah, we didn't. It's magnetism.
It's polarity.
Oh.
The power to control poles.
Okay.
Come on, they make the joke in the series for you.
I didn't catch it.
Oh, when she says it's polarity, Ruby's like, you can control poles? And like,
oh, yeah.
No, she can control metal objects. And she uses this very slightly in her fighting style so that it doesn't look like she has too big of an advantage. Like, most people don't know that's her semblance, because she'll just use it to adjust her shield's angle or the trajectory of her javelin.
Yeah.
And I don't think Penny has a semblance. Unless you want to count that fucking buster cannon she does with her swords.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be it. They said she's the first robotic person to have an aura, so an aura comes with a semblance.
No, I'll actually look this up.
Like, I don't want to spoil anything character or plot relevant for this last arc, so I'm trying not to talk too much about. Like, you learn more about the Faunus, how they're not very well liked, how they have a military branch called the White Fang, which started off as we're equal rights for Faunus. You guys have been abusing us and making us work in your mines, and they turned into a radical bunch, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, Penny doesn't have a semblance.
Or it doesn't list one?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
And that's really all we can talk about until we cover another volume of RWBY, because there's a lot more to cover. It's just, mind you, I just watched the whole series over the last day, and I want to talk about it. But oh, the shit that happens in Season 3.
Andy, Rob, anything you want to put towards your opinions? Sorry.
I think you guys encapsulated what I thought pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
I did want to mention the music of RWBY. The music is fantastically done. It's done by Jeff Williams and his daughter Haley Williams, who started off as a 15-year-old girl that can sing better than most fucking adults. It's the kind of soundtrack that I can listen to while working or walking down the street. And each season has its own soundtrack with a few different remixes, some second volumes of songs that appeared in earlier parts of the show. RWBY is as much about the music of RWBY as it is about the story. Each character has their own theme song, which does grow and evolve as the series goes on.
Alright, I think this is all we can talk about for RWBY as it currently stands. So, Next week topics. Anybody got any ideas?
Next week should be the 5th. No, we're waiting until the 6th episode to do ZO.
Yes.
Because it's doing the 2-episode arc thing that we haven't had happen in a while
I
for
think.
Ryder. We're not sure yet, but it's been doing that. Anything you guys want to cover?
I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry about that.
we can always throw in that one Doctor Who episode thing.
Oh, the 9th Doctor climax, episode 13.
That is a good episode.
Yeah.
You want to do that in the first 5 episodes of Deno while we have time?
6 episodes.
Oh yeah, 6 episodes of Deno since it does the 2-episode story arcs.
Yep.
I don't mind. I have my problems with Deno, but it's a fucking good time.
I already have the episodes being converted into MP4s for everybody, so.
Okay.
And they're Blu-rays.
Blu-rays of Deno or Doctor Who?
Deno.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe we can get the episodes of Doctor Who through Amazon.
Which is
Yeah, it's on
place to
Amazon
watch
Prime.
Doctor Who right now.
I'll send you my information so you can watch it.
I mean, I've seen the episode like 5 or 6 times, but I do want to watch it again before next week.
Yeah. You can either ask me or Nanami for it. I believe she has Prime too. Or Rob. Or Andy.
Yeah, I have.
I can just acquire it.
My ex never changed her login for Amazon.
Andy,
Yes.
my Plex server has every episode.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, cool.
That'd be a lot easier than that.
Yeah.
And I'll get the episode list for Deno done in the next few days.
I already have the whole series downloaded. I'll if you guys want to watch it, just tell me and I'll stream it on the page.
You know, just go do that instead.
Yeah, that might be a little bit easier.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say that wraps up this episode of Riders of the Lost Sword on Hodoken Sentai Kiba Ranger and RWBY Volume 1.
Yeah. So, I guess that just wraps things up. See you guys next week for Doctor Who. What's it called? Bad Wolf?
Is
that the episode's name, Bad Wolf? Yes, it is.
I
Christopher.
thought Bad Wolf was the first part. Yeah, it's called the Parting of the Waves.
Parting of... Okay. Doctor Who, Series 1 of the reboot. Parting of the Waves.
Not a reboot.
Okay.
It's not a reboot.
It's a soft reboot.
It's not a soft... No, it's not. It's direct continuity.
Oh no, what have I started?
No. Okay. No, the Doctor lies about their age all the time, and it's not a reboot because you can pretty much say that every time there's a regeneration that it's a reboot. It's literally just the way the Doctor is.
It just bothers me that he, lost 200 years.
He lies. He never... I mean, honestly...
He probably doesn't remember.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
How old was I again? When I was your age. Okay, we're not going to get into the Doctor Who's today. That's next week.
Yeah, that's the next week thing. And well, for the second topic of that is Deno episodes 1 through 6.
Wait, before we go, next week we have to have a thumbnail of Doctor Who's.
I'll put. Okay. I will put up a thumbnail of Christopher Eccleston, and I'll also put up Doctor Who's thing.
Doctor Who's in with a rider belt on.
Okay,
I'll Photoshop it. I'll Photoshop this son of a bitch.
Actually, I was thinking of Fluttershy with all the different Imogen versions of her.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's already a thing? I don't have to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Never mind, it's not so bad.
I think I actually have the picture somewhere.
Oh,
to do
God.
that.
I'm a little scared. You, run in some dark pony crowds.
No, it's not like that. God damn. Okay, guys, see you next week.
It's not.
We're not here to kink shame you, bro.